Well, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Whittler Dave here on this another cold morning. Well, looky there. There's that snowman I was doing. There he is. You got the deers. I know he's a little hard to see. Here's the base. See how I put that moss around it? Yeah. See the top hat? There he is. Simple. Quite a few of these I'm going to do for the show. And I've got pieces cut out and pieces to carve. And like I said, I don't know if I'm coming or going or coming. Let's get a few tools over here. My shop looks like a bomb went off. Whoo, does it ever. It does. Let's bend this thing down here towards the workbench so you can get a kind of a gander here. There you go. Sorry for the shakiness. There we go. This is the tree. See the tree? Just a board. I got a taper on the back of it. Like I told you, it does not have to be perfect. I've got several of these I'm going to be carving. I'm just going to set some lines here. That's all we're going to do. Just kind of give a place right here. Let's get out the old knife. I call this my hogger. It will remove the wood. But we got deers to do today. I got all this to do. Very simple, folks. I'll get it started, and then I'll carve some more lines into it and everything. Very simple. But I like making these snowmen. And like I said, I've changed it up. I added this tree. Last year when I did it, I just had the deers and the snowman and no moss grass or anything like that. And a scarf around its neck. And this year, I added the tree, and I added the moss grass, and a different style of a scarf. Change it up. Like I said, you don't want to be the same cookie on the same block. It's going to be a little different. Don't be afraid to reach out there and change your first idea. And I'm already working on another idea for this. I tell people that's the downfall of being an artist. You're never happy. You know? You're happy, but I mean, you're never happy with your work. You're always like, well, I could have done this different. Yeah, I could have done that different. That's the artist in me. That's gonna just do some simple carving here. I've got to cut the deers out here in a little bit and everything. Hang on, folks. This ain't fastened down. Don't need that happening. There we go. Now we can be fine. I don't need to knock the snowman off. That wouldn't be good, would it? Alrighty. It didn't get as cold as it did yesterday here. It got down to only, I think it's 45, and it's 50 right now. But I got my heat set on. Let's see here. I got it set on 68 in my shop right now. But I have to have some heat because paint won't dry and all that stuff. I don't really set it that high. Usually I set it in the winter about 63, because when I built this shop, I put a ton, and I mean a ton, of insulation in the walls. I used to be an insulator when I was younger, and I know all about insulation. I know how to insulate. I know where to spend the money at. I tell people, you better spend the money in quality insulation, because you may spend money at that first time, but in the long run, your heat bills are going to be cheaper, and you're going to be a lot happier in your shop or your house or wherever you need insulation. This is kind of an awkward piece here to carve. We're just doing some chatter. Gotta hang on to that little dude. That's all we're doing. Knock it off corner. I don't worry about the back. There's no sense. And like I said, I cut a taper in this because, you know, I don't want this really thick on the back, because this gets attached to the back of the Snowman. And I do staple, but all my products like this, I use 2-inch screws on it. I put screws all the way up from the bottom up into the deers, the Snowman. I don't want my product to fall apart. I have a lot of pride in everything. I tell people, when you buy something from me, you're buying pride, respect, and a piece of me. But when I build it, and it comes out of this shop, you know it's 100% quality. Let's see here. Where's she at? There it is. Get the old whoopie scoopy here. Gotta do a little whoopie doo. Sorry my hand's in the way, folks, but, you know, it's got to be. Add some texture. And every one of these things are going to be different. You know, I'm not a machine. Just an old carver. And then I'll come in here and I'll do some more stuff and just kind of chattering it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Let's see here. Let's get the little knife out. We'll cut a little line right here. It's going to look better. We'll make like the limbs going up. See, it looks like it's just kind of going up a little bit. That's all we got to do. And if the tips break off, you just don't fret over it. Recarve it with your knife and draw it with your knife. You don't want these. You want this thing to look like a tree. It's kind of rough. You don't have to be perfect. Just kind of skip across there. It's hard on the old knife when you do that, when you're skipping across. Yeah. And see, I'm an original carver, so when I want to tune up the knife, I'll just sit here and I'll strop this blade. That's a Juror's Rouge on this right here. Oh yeah. Tuned it up a little bit. There we go. Let's get rid of some of this here. Still carving snowmen. Getting ready to call the church here pretty soon. Probably this week or next week, and get the meeting set up. And I need to know approximately how many kids are coming, which I will make more than I need, because, you know, I would be very embarrassed to come there and some child would show up and I didn't have enough. I would feel very, very terrible. So I'll make more than I need, and I'll bring them. And that way, all kids, even adults, you know, the adults are going to be there. they want they want to paint a snowman. Well, go for it. I love it. Let's get everybody doing art again. Like I tell everybody, unplug yourself from the computer. And don't use that one word. Well, I can't. I can't. No, it don't work in my life. It don't. There you go. Yeah, just knocking him out. Got more little whoopie-doos and fissures in here and kind of roughed it up. Like I told you, it don't have to be perfect. It's a tree. You want that look. You want that rough look. And don't worry about it. Don't fret over it. Just get in there and do it. So I tell people, each one's going to be different because I am not a machine. Oh, she's good and sharp. Going across that grain. You wouldn't want to slip with this knife because I'd have to glue your finger back on. I tell people a dull knife, a dull tool, whatever you do, is a dangerous tool because then you got to pull more. I get asked that a lot. Is it hard to sharpen? Well, sure it is, till you learn how to sharpen. You don't beat that tool up and, you know, hold the right angle. You gotta learn all that. You don't come out, you know, overnight. You learn. Trial and error. I use whetstones, files, diamond files. You know, it depends how rough they are. If I buy an antique tool, then it becomes sometimes a nightmare. I was using the spoke shaver the other day. Just nice, good hand tool. This ain't an old one. This is a newer one. But just a spoke shaver. You know, that's how I got this angle right here. I took the spoke shaver, peeled it right off, got a nice little angle, did a tad of sanding, and guess what? Voila, it's there. You know, hand tools. I could go out in the sticks and build me something to live in, shoot or catch my food, purify my own water, and start my own fire, nut and flat. I'm a survivalist. I always have been. And guess what makes me different than most people nowadays is we didn't have an easy life back then. We didn't have all the computers, and we didn't have machines to tell you to wake up and like that. Didn't have all them crazy, you know, crazy video games. I've never played a video game. I haven't. I am doing my video games. I find them to be very boring. That's just me. My wife talked me into one time going playing putt-putt. I think I was probably, I'm going to say between 52 and 55. Now, I had fun. It was interesting, but it's just something I never did do. I mean, I'm a worker. I get up every day and put work clothes on, and I'm happy. I've always been a worker. I'll die as a worker. My grandmother was the same way. She was working when I lost my grandmother. Doing what she had to do, her daily chores. That's America, folks, right there. you go. Like I told you, it don't have to be just $1 million perfect, because you don't want it to be. Now let's see right here. There's your tree right here. So I gotta carve this line in right here. And then we'll separate that, because that's the base of your tree. I had a person over here the other day, and says, man, you got a lot of nice tools. No wonder you can do that. And I keep telling people, no. You don't have to. When I teach wood carving, or you're going to learn to bend a knife the same way I learned to bend a knife. I didn't have all these nice tools. You'll learn to bend a knife and understand and create yourself. I can show you the fundamentals of carving. The way I do it, give you secrets, teach you different tricks. You know, I learned all these tricks. Like I said, I created myself. I can show you, lead you. And other than that, you're going to have to figure it out. If you truly want to be a carver. But see right now, that won't carve. I'm pulling against the grain. You got to understand, that's some tight grain right there. Right here in the heart of the wood. There's a knot there. See that knot? Right there's a knot. But it ain't gonna win, know some. See, the snowman comes down through here. So you don't have to worry about all this over here. Nope, you don't. And I'll use a V-gouge for this. It don't, like I said, I used to have to carve all the lines into the wood and stuff to make it look like a tree with a knife. And now, you know, I found out what a V-gouge was, and I still do. You know, sometimes I just want to do it all natural. But I'll use a V-gouge. And here's this is Swiss. I've got several of them. That's a V-gouge right there. See the V? There's a V right there. And what I mean by that is I'll just come in here. We'll make it look like it's got some grain. You know. And we'll just do that. It's not ready yet. But I'm going to say I'm going to do a little whoopie-doo here to make it look like it's, you know, bent. And see, I had to turn that around because it was splitting. See how it splits? Got to understand the grain. Get rid of this harsh corner here and it'll stop that splitting. Do this. This gives it a better look. And use that V-gouge and everything. There you go. Yeah. Like I said, we'll just use this V-gouge. It'd be kind of hard for you to see it until I burn this to make it look like an old tree. I'll tell you what, after January, I'm not going to really be doing a lot of deep cleaning in here because it's foolish because I'm doing so much. After January, when I get done with this big show, I'm going to have to pull a lot of stuff out of here. Clean. I mean, it's just going to be unreal of the mess. But it's an active wood shop. It ain't, you know, my shop is not pretty. Like I said, I look at a lot of shops I see online and stuff, and I always question, do they do any work in there? Everybody goes, well, I've got a leaf blower. Like, okay, I own one too, and I use it all the time. But, you know, question is, do you still do any work? My shop is always dirty. But I judge people by their hands. If I see that you have true working hands, then I know you're a good man or a young lady that likes to work. My hands are rough and always dirty and got glue on it and paint and cuts and bruises and working hands. You hold my hand, well, I'm sorry, it's going to be rough. There ain't much I can do about it. Alright, let's go see something. There's that snowman at. Let's get you out of the way because I'm getting shavings everywhere. You know? Let's get you over here. Alright. Yeah, see? I'll set right up on there. You know, like the snowmans are so easy. You know, this is your hat. Just kind of, there you go. There you go. There's your body. There you go. There's your body. Alright. Very simple. Like I said, it's more of this up here. I set that hat. There you go. See that right there? There's starting your brim. I am going to make a snowflake. I did on that for the hats and everything. I haven't drawed it yet and cut it out and everything. I make a snowflake for the top of these hats right here. That's one thing I don't have on that one, the one that I've got done, but I've got to sit down tonight and draw the snowflake, and then I'll come out here and get me some thin wood and get it all cut out, and do a little love on it, and get it painted up. I'll put some sparkle on it, kind of sparkle it up a little bit, and then that will be done. That'll give it the look on the hat. Won't be so black. See right there? There's the hat. Very simple. And you just come in here and lay that over. Just lay that over. That's all you gotta do. And just kind of keep that cleaned up. Let's use this one. And see, there's the brim right there. You don't have to be perfect, folks. I stress that so much. I'm gonna knock the edges off. Knock the edges off. Everybody goes, well, why don't you fasten that down? It'd be easier. Like, I'd have to unfasten it 14 million times. Because, I mean, when I carve, especially stuff like this, I move. Going across that grain. There you go. I love it. Now, alrighty. Like I said, I don't know how many I'm going to make. I got so much other stuff to make. These are high dollar. These are probably some of the highest dollar pieces I sell. I have ornaments from $12, $15, $20. I've got gnomes at $35. I've got Santa Clauses at $25. I keep a very diverse price. I don't want somebody to ever come up to my table and go, wow, he's too high. Because I'm not. I never make what I truly got into it. I just don't. I should have been born 100 years ago, probably, when craftsmen like me were highly sought and highly appreciated. You know, I tell people what run this world is that Google box. Computers. I know we, we all use it. I use it to buy product and stuff. That way I don't have to travel and stuff. But I had my neighbor, his wife, come and visit me this morning. She's from Florida. He's down here cleaning motels right now, and the people he works for. And I loved it because we're talking, and that's what we've gotten away from. It's just basic talking. It's not all about money, folks. People need to realize that. So my prices are extremely, and I mean extremely, reasonable. This hat is basically done on the top. Right there. Knock that brim in. See, I move it so much and I could not fasten it down. Now my beginner carvers, yes. If I teach you wood carving, I tell you not to carve on your legs like I do, because I've been doing it for a long time. And we are probably going to fasten it down so you don't have to worry about whacking a finger. And don't watch, don't mimic me, because I've got a lot of hours in carving. And I've got a few scars. But like I told you, you can't cry over spilt milk, folks. Just got to clean it up. Alrighty. Well, I thought I'd bring you in here and show you one that was done. Like I said, I love carving snowmen. Here's the red one I did this morning. See? Got the little homemade clasp. He's an ornament. Very simple. He'll just hang on your tree. Or this one right here. Another little simple one. He just hangs on your tree. These are like my bigger ones, but I shrunk them down. Or took a little chunk of wood, made this one here. Very simple. That's all you need to do. Just simple little things. And another little, the tree ornament. You've seen this before. Very simple. But that's all you need. Well, folks, I just want to say thank you all, and I appreciate everybody that's watching our videos and giving us likes and comments and sharing it. I deeply, and I mean, I cannot stress that enough. I deeply, deeply appreciate that. And I just want to say again, thank you. Y'all have a blessed day, and I will talk to you later. Whittler Day will say goodbye.